All right, hello everyone. I am setting up my bag right now for hole number 4. Make sure specifically for this hole that you have your longest rough iron and sand wedge set. And aside from that, we're going to be looking at either sniper or backbone 100 out of 100 times. There you see I am on my Titan ball, which is probably what I'm going to use for this tee shot. Notice I have an Epoch 5, which is usually 1.5 per ring. On the drive here, I use much closer to 1 per ring for the drive. Maybe 1.1, 1.2. So it does play, downhill. In addition to that, I have a Titan ball on, which is, 7% extra power. That means it's going to land. Plus, you can see the wind's pointed just downwind, so you're landing farther than the target, which means you're carrying it farther, which means, for the wind alone, you need to correct, wind plus Titan combo. You probably need to adjust 15% just for that extra. So, instead of the 1.5 per ring, that's going to play more like a 1.2. And that's probably pretty spot on for the most part. But like I said, I usually go 1 per ring just to be on the safe side and just curl it back a little bit extra. So that's what you're going to see me do. Full side spin. Like I said, I'll use the curl. You can see we're not going to need any power here. You can see we kind of want to land in that little funnel. You don't want to get on the long side, like up in here, because you can see that the fairway narrows when you do. So there you're going to see me account for, an 8.5 wind. I'm going to, make sure I have 9 rings accounted for. So I'm just, visually just kind of looking over to the side there and making sure that I have all that accounted for. And making sure that I go full curl to make sure that it misses that bunker on the second hop. You see, even with the great ball left, with my shot setup, I set up smart enough to where it's going to miss the sand. So, like I said, just make sure that you have your bases covered. If you are using, for example, a Kingmaker and using more side spin than you might want to back off the amount of curl that you do. You can over curl it there and go in the right rough. It is very possible, so be careful about that. What I was doing was pretty much the maximum you can feel safe about. So, with a Titan ball, it only has 2 side spin as opposed to 3 side spin. So if you have a 3 side spin ball, Katana or whatever, just be a little bit more gentle with the way that you curl it. Now it does, it spins away from that rough, but it can still go into it. So keep that in mind. Here you see we are very close to a min sniper. I tried to reduce the amount that I backspin here because you are going up on an uphill. So here you'll see me go just a little bit more up past the hole and make sure that the ball is going to get to the hole. I do need to go a little bit more of a min adjustment, and I'm pretty sure I didn't go enough, so you see me adding a little bit extra curl. I was running out of time, and you can see once you get close to that, and you can see it wasn't enough. I had a feeling it wasn't. Once you get close to that, cliff edge there, you need to kind of turn the screen. So it might be a good idea to automatically just rotate that way to begin with. Because as soon as you push that bullseye off that cliff, you've gone like 5 extra rings. So be a little bit cautious there to avoid that happening. But you can kind of see, the best way to go about getting that hole is going to be that method. And I do think that you guys will be able to get that one with, not too challenging. Notice I was close to min sniper on my adjustment, so I was trying to go a little bit, min on my adjustment. So I think I went 6 rings. I was trying to go 7. And that's the reason that you saw me adding that extra curl. But in addition to that, to the actual adjustment that you go, you're also going to need at least, an additional factor to account for that side wind. So you probably need to, either over ring adjust, or you need to do some kind of counter curl to kind of straighten out the line. So make sure that you are going enough rings there. The overcorrection method might not be the best idea for that, just as you're going off of a cliff, and you might want to be a little cautious. So you might want to use a technique more of like maybe say side spin. So for example, if you were going to line up with the hole on an 8 side wind like that, you would just pull straight back on the backspin to where I had it. And wherever you're, because I think I applied some left spin there as well, wherever it shows the hole, just go an extra bar, or like 1 to 1.5 extra bars on a shot like that. And that'll kind of, straighten out your ball line on a side wind. So then you can proceed to go rings as normal. And when the ball lands where you originally intended it to, instead of having that curl effect where it's pushing left to right, your extra spin that you put on is going to straighten that line out and make it go kind of how you originally thought it was going to go. So, doing an extra side spin method can be useful there. So good luck with that 4th hole, and I'll see you guys for hole number 5 coming up.